I see. All right, let me see. Okay, that chair's empty. So this one just started about 3 minutes ago. So I think we've only missed like one case so far. So it's not too bad. But we are on standby for Polk County. If Polk County starts, then we're going to swap on over to Polk County. Hopefully this judge is a fun one. Hopefully she's a firecracker, if you will. And for those of you that want to see better and a lot clearer screen, if you go to add collect call from on YT, it's full 1080p over there. If you wanna see the pimples on their face, or you guys want a close up. What was that? I'm still laughing about last night when the guy said all he does is drink lemonade. I gotta clip that one. I gotta go back and find that one. What up, Courtney? Pimples. I need less emotion. Hey, what up, Taurus? How's it going?
Hi, ma'am. Tell me your name.
Margarita Guadalupe Padilla.
Come again?
Lydia, you are here today on a misdemeanor assault charge. This is the time for your initial appearance for this charge. We're going to set your conditions of release. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I know you have another case going on. Is it a felony matter, ma'am?
What up, SoCal?
Yes.
When is your next court date?
July 21st.
All right. Regardless of what I do here today on this case, obviously you're still going to be held on that felony matter. Today I'm going to release you on this misdemeanor assault charge.
Right, Amber.
Will you promise to show up to court on a date I give you if you're released from jail?
Scout's honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So you will be released. Your next court date here at Justice Court is going to be July 28th at 8:30 in the morning. If you are still in custody, the jail will make sure that you get transported or appear via video for that hearing here in Justice Court. Your additional condition of release, I'm sure the jail will keep the two of you separated, but you are not to have any contact with the victim of this assault. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you do get out of custody before the 28th, it is your obligation to appear at Justice Court on the 28th at 8:30. And if you fail to appear, they could issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand those consequences if you do fail to appear?
Yes, I do.
You're all done for today.
Okay.
Oh, I'm blocking her with my head. There we go. If you will, let me see. Kind of now. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Hey, thank you for that daily heart. You good? It's me, Mario. Hey, what up, bro? And welcome. Hey, I want to go ahead and thank everybody that's sticking around. Highly appreciate you guys. And if you guys go ahead and do me a favor, let's get to 50,000 taps. If you will, we're at 30. Taps are free. Remember, you don't have to pay for them. Just tap the screen. Do 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers. You choose your speed. But tap that screen, please, y por favor. Hey, Mr. Crash Out, thank you for that follow. Highly appreciate that. Hit that follow. It's free 99. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. Remember, sharing is caring. So also, if you guys got people that you guys feel that would be interested in these court proceedings and whatnot, share it with them. It'll definitely. I got my massage gun. Oh, hey, thank you, Blue Eyes, for that. And who was that? Nora, thank you for that, for the chatting popcorn. And Amber, thank you, gracias, highly appreciate it. The only thing I ask for is
tell me your name.
Stuff that's free.
Justin Flores.
Free is my favorite price.
Your middle name, Angel?
Yeah, it's all together. Justin Angel Flores.
You are here today on a felony warrant out of the
That's
county
right,
of San
Mando.
Bernardino in California.
San Bernardino,
You do have the
California?
right to remain silent on this warrant. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
What up, Murph? Hey, Steven, thank you for the follow. Highly
The
appreciate
charges
you.
in this warrant do involve attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon.
That escalated
The
fast.
bond
Hey, what's up,
amount
Liz?
listed on this warrant is $1 million.
$1 million.
We're here to set conditions of release on this warrant, and I am going to impose that $1 million bond today. It is going to be a cash bond.
Amber, thank you.
If for any reason you post that $1 million cash bond, you're not to have any contacts with the victims, you're not allowed to possess any firearms, and you can't return to the incident location. Do you understand the conditions that I've imposed for that warrant,
What
sir?
up, Vinny?
Yes.
We're going to set a hearing for you here in Pima County on this fugitive warrant. It's going to happen on July 22nd at 2:30 in the afternoon. I am going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. So someone here in Tucson will be out to see you from the legal defender's office or have contact with you before that hearing so they can explain that process to you.
Hey, no,
If for
normally
some reason you did post your bond, you are expected to show up in Pima County Superior Court on July 22nd at 2:30.
attempted
Do you
187.
understand that if you don't show up for that hearing and you do get out of custody, that a warrant will issue for your arrest?
Ava's World, thank you.
Yes.
Patricia, thank
All
you.
right. You're all done for today, sir.
Hey, so normally when I watch these, I normally watch them with my eyes. I mean, that's what the normal way I watch things, if you will. I don't know, how do you guys watch this? Just curious, if you will. Damn, James, you're out of control. You knew what he was asking. Next. No mas. I watch with my toes. My toes. This is gonna be Pima County, Arizona. Sometimes I like to listen if I'm cleaning that. That's right. Hell yeah. Yeah, acting like I've been here the whole time.
Mr. Poston, on the next case, you're not asking for a no bond?
Stand by, Your Honor. Let me double check.
We just give you some
Looks
carrilla.
like he does have two pending Pima County Superior Court cases. I haven't looked to see what those are.
And this would be,
Mr. Behill.
I did not see the two, Your Honor. Yes, no bond. Shall the state, do we need to submit a new recommendation?
No,
Yeah,
that can
doing it
change.
right
Matt,
now.
you are right.
No, I
yeah.
can change it. It's okay. I just figured I'd get that information for you before we go forward with the
My
rest of the
feet are not
information I have.
cute. Damn, James, you ain't
Thank you,
right.
Your Honor.
You gotta call me Lefty from now on, because I ain't right. Okay, that's gonna be a agua for EV. I love that chat. Yeah, before Don right, we ain't right, but we ain't left either.
You know what, Mr. Poston? This was a Superior Court warrant, so I don't know if we can ask for a no bond because the warrant's already been set. There's already a CR number. Sorry, that was my
Damn, this fool's
my
hurting.
fault. I'm glad I caught that before we went any further. So I apologize.
Caught what? Before we went any further, what are you talking about, Your Honor?
That
Because
is.
the other day, I everything judgment. We're good.
Hey, thank you, Bree.
Hi, sir. Tell me your name. All right, Mr. Kovac,
Hey,
you are
bond or
here
not?
today.
About the bond. Okay, thank you guys. My
And get
attention,
to your
my attention span is not the
information.
greatest, if you will. It's pretty short.
On a couple of different matters, you do have a warrant out of
What up,
Oro
Jess May?
Valley Municipal Court for several matters. And then you also have a warrant out of Sarita Municipal Court and out of Tucson City Court. So we do need to talk with you about all of these today.
We're about to find out what he's in for. I'm assuming
On
it has
your
to be
Oro Valley cases, you're here for theft,
theft. All right, sounds about right.
counts, drug paraphernalia, and it looks like
ADHD.
multiple cases going back to December of 2021. Also, yeah, they're all from 2021. There is a bond amount on that case
What up, Brent?
of $2,499. I am going to impose a bond today in the amount of $2,400. That is going to be a cash or secured bond. If you do post that bond, sir, you are not to return to the incident location where those shopliftings took place. You're not allowed to return there.
Welcome back, Hector.
You're going to be seen by the Oro Valley judge on July 23rd at 10:30 in the morning so that you can get these matters taken care of.
What up,
I
Gabs?
am going to appoint an attorney for you.
Come on, pick your chin up, bro. We need to see you. Fool's all tired.
Give me
Crudo.
just a moment.
He's tired. This fool's he's going through. He's probably going through withdrawals right now.
That attorney is going to be Richard Glenn.
Yeah, that fool's coming down. Hey, he's crashing.
And I'm
He's
sure
hurting.
he will be out to see you before
much
that hearing
goddamn.
on the 23rd. If you post your bond and get released, you
What up,
do have
Survivor?
to show up at Oro Valley City Court on that date and time. If you do not post your bond, the jail will make sure that you appear via video.
That's
Do you
probably why he got
understand the
caught because he
conditions of
kept his head
release for
down.
your Oro Valley cases, Mr. Kovac?
Yes.
And if you don't show up, do you understand they can issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yes.
We're going to talk about your Sarita case next. There's also a shoplifting in the Sarita case. They also have a warrant for you. Their warrant amount is also $2,499. It looks like that shoplifting occurred back in 2017. I am going to impose a bond on that matter. That one's going to be a $500 cash bond. That will be consecutive to the bond in your Oro Valley cases since it's two separate jurisdictions.
AZ Matt, thank
Again,
you
if
for
you
the share.
post your bond, don't go back to the incident location where the shoplifting occurred. That's where the victims are. We're going to appoint an attorney for you in the Sarita case. And I'll give you a court
Shelby,
date out
thank you.
there as well.
He had that
The
5 finger
attorney I'm going
discount.
to appoint you is going to be Gary Grinkowicz. And your next court date for Sarita is going to be July 22nd at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And Mr. Grinkowicz should be out to see you on that matter as well before your hearing date.
I wonder how he got there. Hype Queen.
Do you understand your conditions in the Sarita case, Mr. Kovac?
Yes, I do.
And same thing, they could also issue a warrant for you if you don't show up in Sarita if you get out of custody before that date. We do need to talk about your Tucson City Court. You're here for a failure to appear for criminal trespass and shoplifting.
Well,
Looks
this
like
is the
that
initial
occurred
appearance.
in 2024, February of 2024. I'm going to release you on that case. I know you're being held on other cases, but I am going to release you on your city case. So that one's not going to continue to hold you. I am going to
50K.
appoint
Hell
the
yeah,
city
thank you,
public
guys.
defender's office to represent you. And we're going to give you a hearing date for September 26th at 9 a.m. By then, your other two matters should be resolved, and this will give you an opportunity to show up to Tucson City Court so you can get that case taken care of. Again, don't return to the incident location where the victims are. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Kovac?
People don't care.
Yes.
When you do get released, you are going to have the opportunity to get paperwork from the jail. Please make sure you get that whenever you do get released because you will have the court date and time that I just gave you in front of you when you leave so that you don't
That's
miss
right
that
before
Tucson
dawn.
City Court date. If you don't show up, they could issue another warrant for you. Do you understand all of that, Mr. Kovac?
Yes.
Give this guy some chocolate candy
No, and it
bars.
looks like we have a new charge as well for you out
A
of
new one?
Tucson City Court,
But
and
wait,
that is for
there's more.
shoplifting. This is also the time for your arraignment on that case. You do have the right to remain silent. I am going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. You have the same court date for that case, sir, but if you fail to show up, in addition to them issuing a warrant for your arrest on that one, they could also go forward in your absence. If they go forward in your absence, they could set a trial in your absence. And if you're convicted and can't be sentenced within 90 days, you could also lose your right to an appeal. Do you understand those additional consequences if you don't show up for court?
Yes.
All right, you're all done for today, Mr. Kovac.
Hey, you know what? Being hooked on on illicit substances, it doesn't look fun. Luckily, I've never had that
Mhm.
issue, and I don't plan to take down that route.
Well,
It's scary, man. Getting hugged. Screw
Hi, sir.
that.
Tell me your name.
Steve Hill.
Mr. Vigil, you were here on a warrant out of Pima County Superior Court. That warrant is for domestic violence, aggravated harassment.
Agua, domestic violence.
You
is no
do have
bueno.
the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You do have the right to an attorney in this matter. We're going to appoint Jesse Delaney to represent
Hell yeah, Miss
you.
Leanne.
You do have other pending Superior Court cases, 2 of them that are going
What up, Josh?
on. So you are going to be held on those until you can be seen by a Superior Court judge, regardless of what I do on your conditions of release here today.
Does he have black eyes or does he have glasses on? I can't tell.
Your Honor, what I'm
Or
seeing
he has
here
glasses.
is
Who's dropping the dookie?
it looks like the date of incident on this one is the date of incident on this is 6/10, and based on that, the state didn't initially think this qualified for another no bond hold. What is the court's take?
I don't think it does because it's already got a CR number. So I think because we're not in the procedural posture we would be to request a no bond hearing, the bond's already been set because it was a grand jury indictment that was obtained.
In Pima,
Okay, so the state was on target. Good. 25,000 plus PTS.
hey, sorry for your loss, Chantel.
And Jail, are you showing that hold on the Superior Court cases?
SoCal, thank you. Appreciate that. Awesome.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Vigil, you heard from the state's attorney. They are asking for the $25,000. That is the bond amount on the warrant for these 2 aggravated harassment charges.
Thank you, Matt, for
You
that
do have an
information.
attorney seated with you today. She's from the Public Defender's Office, and she'll represent you for purposes of these proceedings. I have had a chance to review information that pretrial services has prepared for the court that tells me a little bit about you and also the circumstances of the offense. Ms. Palacios, did you want to be heard further on conditions?
Just a
Damn,
moment,
three
Your Honor,
kids.
please.
Hey, so according to Matt, what he said was that so white, I guess if you're just getting into jail after a certain amount of hours, then they switch you out to orange. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, people are always asking, what's up with the colors? What's up with the stripes? What's up with white? I know the only one that I know it stands for is the light green are for juveniles when they're underage and they're trying them as adults. Other than that, I don't know what any of these other colors mean. Even though I've been watching these courts for months already at this point. I've been watching these at least since January. So, hey, thank you for that follow. Highly appreciate that. Oh, or yellow. Why is court online? Because in some states it's public information. So some states they stream these online. Hey, what's up, Christina? Ferro is stripped. You see, Max is red. What they for Pima? In Pima I've never seen red. I've only seen white, orange, and stripes and green.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're pretty much in line with the state and the court. We're just asking for a slight reduction in that bond due to the fact that Mr. How do you say your last name?
Vigil.
Mr. Vigil also has an order of protection against the alleged victim. He has housing to go home to with mom, which is away from the victim. Mom has verified this housing, and mom can also assume third-party custody of him and provide transportation to future court hearings. So maybe a $15,000 bond.
Hey, what up, Sue?
So, sir, I am going to impose the $25,000 cash or secured bond on your warrant at this time. If you do post that bond, then you would be released to pretrial services. You do have to participate in any monitoring or treatment pretrial services directs. You can't have any alcohol or illegal drugs, and you're not allowed to possess any firearms. Also, you're not allowed to commit any acts of domestic violence. You are not allowed to have any contact with the victim in this case, nor are you
Wow.
allowed to return to the incident location.
This is Pima
This
County.
order applies
Yep.
to you, Mr. Vigil, while you remain in the
Tucson.
Pima County Jail. You may be given access to tablets, phones, other ways to communicate. You are not allowed to have any contact with the victim, regardless of whether you are in or out of custody.
What up, Linda?
Your next court date in this case is going to be July 24th at 1:30. That is an arraignment.
Can't touch. Thank you for the
If you are
follow.
in custody, the jail will make sure that you appear for that hearing, very likely like you're doing today by video. But if you do post
DV.
bond and get released on this case
Domestic
and get your
V.
other matters resolved, it is your responsibility to appear. And if you fail to appear, a warrant could issue for your arrest.
I remember when Arapayo
Do you
was
understand all the conditions that I've imposed here today, Mr.
in
Vigil?
California does not
Yes, ma'am.
offer.
And do you understand the consequences if you fail to appear?
Yep.
You're all done.
They're not open to the public like this. Like there's some states that make things really easy to, like Arizona and Florida are two of the states that are really simple to get into their court systems and watch these. Some states they're not as friendly. Some states don't allow you to restream these, so I stay away from those.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, tell me your name.
Benjamin Prado.
Mr. Prado, you are here today for a DV charge out of Marana Municipal Court. It looks like you were on
Texas is easy.
probation out there.
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on,
there was
hang on. I'm looking,
I'm sorry.
She
just
let him
looking at
talk,
some
Your
other
Honor.
information, so I want to make sure that you're aware. So we are actually,
I think Michigan is it's kind of
I
easy,
think only seeing you on something that is out of
or relatively easy.
Western Pinal Justice Court. So you are on probation for
This
a
ain't
Marana
Cali,
case,
fool.
and it
It's
looks like they
213
have a
homeboy.
hold on you. Jail, are you showing a hold for him from Marana?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So Marana is gonna keep you here regardless of what I do on your other warrant. That other warrant, as I've said, is out of Western Pinal Justice Court, and that's in Maricopa. Those counts involve domestic violence, failing
thank you,
to
Dank.
comply with a court order. You do have the right to remain silent on that charge, those charges. Anything
There
you
is
say
somebody next
kind
to
of
him.
will be used against you.
They have a lawyer or public pretender or the PD.
Mr. Prado,
Reposted.
if I
Thank you,
release
Naomi.
you today on your Western Pinal Justice case, will you promise to show up at a date and time that I give you in the future?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and again, you're not going to be released from Pima
If
County
you will.
Jail until your Marana case is seen. But on this, you will be released. You do have to appear on August 13th at 11:30 at Western Pinal Justice. Whenever you do get released from custody, get a copy of your paperwork, and that will have that date, time, also the address and location for that justice court. If you don't
Okay.
appear, they could issue another warrant for your arrest. Do you understand the consequences if you fail to appear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, you're all done for today.
You know when my next court date for the Marana case would be?
I don't have any information. The only thing that I know is that you're on probation. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're all done.
All right, thank you.
Well,
Huh?
I used to do parole board hearings. I used to do parole board hearings in Connecticut and
Garcia.
Oregon. There was a few states that I used to do, but they started tripping. Those states started tripping, and they made it hard for me to get into those hearings. So I had to find something alternate to do. So I started doing court cases.
Oh, sir, tell
Good
me-
morning.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Luis Mendez Garcia III.
Mr. Garcia, you were here today on some Tucson City Court matters involving a petition to revoke your probation. And it looks like also warrants
This one looks like
involving
BTK.
disorderly conduct, leaving the scene of the accident,
Who remembers the
and also
BTK?
failing to remain at the
Red
scene of
Rummer.
an accident. You do have the right to remain silent on all of this. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
You should check out my YT. I do.
Looks like this leaving the scene is a new charge. On that, this is the time for your arraignment. So you are presumed innocent. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf for that one.
I've never done
And then we're
Washington,
going to
but
set a court date for you on all of these matters. I am
Hector.
going
Hell
to
yeah, Hector.
impose a bond on all of these matters. That bond is going to be a $500
BTK was
cash or secured bond. If you post that bond and get released before the court date that I give you today, your additional conditions involve not driving without a valid license, possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. You can't have any contact with the victim of the disorderly conduct, and don't go to any of the incident locations. I'm going to appoint Jeff Grinkowicz to represent you on all of these matters.
His stash
As
does
to your
nothing on my
petition
stash. Look at
to
that.
revoke probation, it looks like on February 5th of 2025, you were adjudicated guilty of reckless driving in lieu of a DUI and were placed on unsupervised probation for a period of 12 months. They did impose written conditions and you signed those and they were provided to you.
Definitely the glasses. I would not want to be
They
sold
are
up with this guy
revoking your
either.
probation on that case because there is reasonable cause to believe the conditions of probation were violated and that you tested positive for cocaine, which was a
Yayo.
violation of your conditions of release at the time, using or possessing an illegal substance. I am going to appoint Jeff Grinkowicz to represent you on that matter as well. I am going to deny the allegations in this petition to revoke probation at this time. And we're going to set a court date of
Easy, thank you for the follow.
July 25th
Millie,
at
thank you for the
1:45. That's going to be what's called a video review hearing. If you do post your bond and you get out of custody on these charges, then your next hearing is going to be August 21st at 9. Hang on a second while I ask the city court clerk something.
Oh, Jeff's gonna make bank today. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, imagine
All
these
right,
people could
so
watch
I was
these,
able
read
to
these
confirm,
comments.
sir, the video review hearing date for you that we're setting on the 25th at 1:45. Again, if you are in custody, that will appear. You'll appear via video like you're doing today in front of a Tucson City Court
Vicky,
judge.
thank you for the
But if
follow.
you post that $500 bond that I've imposed today, then
Reese-
for
hey,
all
what's
of
up,
these
Reese's?
matters,
Greetings.
including your probation revocation matter, you'll need to appear yourself at Tucson City Court on August 21st at 9.
Okay.
When you get released,
Hello,
you'll get
Reese's.
copies
Greetings.
of all of your paperwork.
Mhm.
So if you post that bond, make
There's
sure
been a few
that you
times that
ask them for
they have
those so
recognized
you
people
have
on
the
here.
date and time that I gave you today.
How you been?
Great.
He's kind of, I don't know. I would be uneasy if I was sold up with him in the same
Do you
cell.
understand all of the conditions that I've put in place for you today?
The only question I have for you, ma'am, so the total amount I have to come up with today is $500?
That's the cash or secured, so you could actually post a portion of that and then put the rest up in collateral.
That's right, Anthony.
I understand that, but I'm kind of like dumbfounded, I guess you could say. So it's only $500 total that I have to come up with today.
You wouldn't have to come up with that total amount if you can come up with 10%.
No, yeah, I understand that, but as long as it totals $500.
$500.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I thought. Okay,
And
all right.
again, if you get released, Mr. Grinkowicz's phone number is going to be on your information. Please make sure that you contact him. Do you understand all of the conditions that I've put in place today?
Even the
Yes,
last
ma'am.
name
And if you
is
fail to appear for court, they could
making my
issue warrants for
spider
your
sense
arrest
tingle.
on that new charge. They could also go forward in your absence with a hearing if you fail to show up, set future hearings, including a trial. And if you're convicted at that trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days, you could also lose your right to an appeal. Do you understand all of those consequences if you fail to appear?
If you don't mind, can I ask you when my first trial date is after today?
Your video review hearing, if you were to stay in custody, is July 25th. If you post that bond today and get out, your hearing is August 21st at 9. It's not a trial. It's going to be the next court date at City Court.
Mad Dog
thank you.
2020.
Right?
Okay, thank you.
Well done.
Hey, he's gonna go celebrate right now when he gets out. When he gets those 500 smackaroonies to get bailed out, he's gonna go celebrate. You best believe that. He's asking her, "Hey, where's the nearest bar at?" I'm trying to get some old E or some Mad Dog 2020 or Mickey's, if you will. The uniform colors indicate classification rights.
Mendoza, Diego.
In other words, he has no intentions of appearing.
That come up before. Hi, sir. Tell me your name.
Hi, good morning. My name is Diego Mendoza.
Mr. Mendoza, you are here on a couple of city court matters. One involves new charges of assault, domestic violence,
500
and
smack.
disorderly conduct, also a domestic
Why?
violence offense. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I am going to appoint the SPIS to represent you in this new case. It looks like you do have other matters from Tucson City Court as well. I've had an opportunity to review information provided by pretrial services. They prepare a report for the court that tells me a little bit about you and also the circumstances of the offense. Looks like you do have another city DV case pending, and there's also something out
Domestic
of Las Vegas
violence.
Justice Court. Not seeing you on those today. I'm just letting you know that that's information that the court has regarding these cases. We're here to set your conditions of release. Today, I am going to impose a bond in the amount of $500. That is a cash or secured bond. If you post that bond, you're not to commit any acts of domestic violence. And at this time, you are not allowed to have any contact with Miss Ochoa. She's listed as the victim in this case. You're not
Wow.
allowed to return to her residence, workplace, or have any contact with her. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Do you have to return to her house for any reason?
No, ma'am. I don't live there.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't need to get any belongings from her. The answer is no. Okay. So right now, and I will tell you, sir, that normally pretrial services does try to contact the victim. In this case, they were not able to reach Miss Ochoa to get any information from her about whether or not she wanted to have contact. So for now, my order is that you not have any contact with her. So that's the reason that order is in place. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Hey,
This is also
more
the
like
time for your arraignment on these
Louise
new
Harvey,
charges.
if
You
you
are
will.
presumed innocent. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf.
What up?
Your next court date is going to be July 30th
What
at
up, Melissa?
1:30. That's going to be in front of Judge Millian. If you are in custody, the jail will have you appear via video like you're doing today. But if you post that
Stop it,
$500
Harvey.
bond, then you'll be released. And then you'll need to appear at Tucson City Court on that date and time. If you fail to appear on July 30th at 1:30 in front of Judge Millian, they could issue
That
a
fool probably
warrant
broke
for
her
your
phone.
arrest. They could also go forward with that hearing in your absence and set future hearings, including a trial. If you get convicted at a trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days, you could also lose your right to an appeal. Do you understand that you're facing all of those consequences if you don't show up for court?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're all done for today.
Hey,
Thank
but
you.
500 smackaroonies to get bailed out on a DV case? That's pretty cheap. No wonder.
Miss, there.
But you know what? Normally they let them go. Don't normally let them go on OR.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Tell me your name.
Here it, Miss.
Mr. Mintz, you are here today on a charge of disorderly conduct. It
What
is
up,
a
Becca?
domestic violence offense. You do have the right to remain
Another one?
silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. We're here to set your conditions of release on this case. If I release you today, sir, will you promise to show up at a court date that I give you in the
Damn.
future?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Your additional condition is going to involve not having any contact with your father, who's the victim in this case. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you living with him?
What up, DeAndre?
So that can go. So there's no issue there.
It
Do you
is
need
life
to
court.
return to that house to get any of your personal belongings?
Normally I don't watch it, Megan.
For me, just
Well, you're not going to be allowed to go there. So the other option that you have is
watching
I
these horror
can check a
cases.
box on your conditions of release that allows you to return to the house one time accompanied by law enforcement so that you can collect your belongings. Would you like me to put that on your conditions?
she's getting so thank you though. Appreciate
I
that.
included. Right. So I am going to release you on your promise to appear today. Again, no contact with your father anywhere near where he is living or working. If your girlfriend goes to collect your belongings, she should not be talking to him about this case or saying anything from you. Just get your stuff and leave, okay?
Damn, this will put hands on his pops. Oh,
Your
man.
next hearing date in this case is
Double
going to
hour.
be September 2nd at 9. That's going to be in front of Judge Mayhew at Tucson City Court. When you get released today, you will get a copy of your conditions. It'll have that date and time on it. Also the location for Tucson City Court. If you fail to appear at that date and time, they could issue a warrant for your arrest. They could also go forward in your absence with that hearing and set future hearings, including a trial in your absence.
No, it is
If you get
DV.
convicted and can't be sentenced within 90 days, you could lose your right to a direct appeal.
He
Do you
probably still
understand
lives
all
with
those
his parents.
consequences if you fail to appear for your hearing? You're all done for today.
Nope.
That's right before dawn. That's crazy. How dare you gonna be living with your pops and you're gonna put hands on him? Make that make sense.
Hi, sir.
Oh no,
Tell me your name.
I don't like those glasses.
Carl Schultz.
Mr. Schultz, you're here today for an assault charge. It is a domestic violence related
Another one.
offense. You
Hold
do
on.
have the right to remain silent. Anything you
Awa.
say can and will be used against you. We're here to talk about your conditions of release on this matter. I have had a chance to review some information provided by pretrial services. It tells me a little bit about you and also the circumstances of the offense.
This will kind of look
They
like
were
Joe
able
Dirt.
to contact the victim in this case, and she is willing to have contact with you, so you will be allowed to continue to have contact with her. But if I release you, you're not
Who's
allowed to
supposed to have
commit any
contact with
acts
this
of
fool?
domestic violence. Do you understand those conditions if you get released?
Awa.
Yes, Your Honor.
And if I release you, will you promise to appear for a court date that I give you in the future?
Absolutely.
All right. Your next court date is going to be August 19th at 1:30. That's going to be in front of Judge Millian at Tucson City Court. You do need to appear at that date and time for that hearing. If you fail to appear, they could issue a warrant for your arrest. They could also go forward with that hearing in your absence and set future hearings, including a trial. If you get convicted at that trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand all of those consequences if you don't show up for court?
Yeah, it seems like it. I think there might
Yes,
be
I
something
do.
either in the
When you get
water.
released later today, you will
or
get
in
a
the
copy
air.
of your paperwork. It'll be your conditions of release, and it has that court date and time that I gave you today, along with an address for Tucson City Court. You're all done for today.
Thank you.
Hey, all I gotta say, if you're ever passing through
Hey.
Pima County, definitely don't stop. Just keep on rolling. Make sure you get your gas and your.
Hi, tell me your name.
What? Sweet
Michael
Jesus.
Staley.
Mr. Staley,
What in
you
the
are here
sweet
on multiple
Jesus?
warrants out of Tucson City Court involving criminal trespass and drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent.
The
Anything you say
hell?
can and will be used against you.
What about
We're
Miss?
here to set your conditions of release on all of these matters, and there are many of them. I am going to impose a bond today, sir, of $500. That is going to be a cash or secured bond.
Hell's
I'm
going
going
on
to
with his
appoint the
hair?
city public defender's
That's like the
office to
Predator
represent
haircut.
you. If you do post that bond, you're not allowed to return to any of the incident locations where the criminal trespasses
that?
occurred. Do you understand those conditions that I've imposed today?
Yeah.
Your next
Yeah.
court date is going to be July
Bad hair
24th
day.
at 1:45, and that's going to be in front of Judge Blue at Tucson City Court. If you are still in custody and don't post your bond, then you'll be seen via video like you're doing here today in front of Judge Blue, and someone from the city public defender's office should be out to see you or make an appointment with you on video as well.
Those are
If for
dreadlocks?
some reason you do post your bond, you do have to appear at Tucson City Court on that same date and time, July 24th at 1:45. If you don't show up, they could issue another warrant for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, you're all done for today, Mr. Staley.
Damn, that's wild. Just when you think you've
Right.
seen it all, Pima throws you a curveball over here. He's looking down. He looks like a
Hey, sir, tell me your
Rob
name.
Zombie.
Robert Trainee.
Mr. Trainee, you are here today on charges of assault and disorderly conduct. Both are domestic violence offenses. You do have the right to remain
wow.
silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. We're here to set your conditions of release on this case. If I do release you, will you promise to appear at a court date that I give you in the future?
This one looks like he got a
Yes, of
Costco,
course.
a
The other
helmet.
conditions that are going to be imposed today is that you and Miss Monk are not allowed to have any contact with each other going forward.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that?
Understandable.
And you'll agree to abide by
Bon
that if I
Jovi.
release you?
Of course.
All right. I'm going to release you today on your promise to appear. Your conditions
Laughing at
include not
people in
committing any
court.
acts of domestic
You're
violence and no contact of any kind with
G9Y.
Miss Monk. Don't go anywhere near where she is living or working. Do you need to return to that address to collect any of your belongings?
That's where I live, so yes.
All right.
We're not laughing at them. We're
Who
laughing
lives
at their
at that
hair.
address, you or her?
I do.
All right. So what I will say for you is that you're not allowed to go to wherever it is that she ends up living or working. So I'm not going to restrict you from, hang on, I'm not going to restrict you from returning to the incident location.
That's wild.
Okay?
She gets to my house before I do.
Prayers for you for
I'm supposed to
laughing
do?
at other
So I'm going to
people.
see her a little bit later. So she won't be allowed to return
Thanks for
to
the
the
comments,
incident
though.
location without law enforcement to collect her belongings if you're the person that lives there. Now, if I see
No,
her
I'm
and she
definitely
tells
laughing
me
at
that
them,
it's
right,
her
Top Marie?
place, then we're going to have a different conversation. But
Yeah.
given
Okay.
the information that you provided me today, again, I'm not going to restrict you from being
The
there,
way you read
but she will
messages.
be allowed to return
Laughing
to
right
get her
loud.
belongings with law enforcement. But the two of you are not to communicate at all. Do you understand all of that?
Very understandable.
All
I'm
right.
confused now.
Your next court date is going to be August 19th at 1:30 at Tucson City Court in front of Judge Million. You do have to appear at that date and time. If you fail to appear, a warrant could issue for your arrest. This is also the time for your arraignment. I am going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. You are presumed innocent. I am going to also let you know that if you don't show up for that hearing on August 19th, they could go forward with that hearing in your absence.
I'm
If
not in court.
you
I'm in the
don't show
comfort
for
of my
that
own home.
hearing and they set future hearings that could include a trial and you get convicted at that trial,
Your
hang
Honor,
on.
hold up.
If you get convicted at that trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days, you're also going to give up your right to a
Joker.
direct appeal. Do you understand all the consequences if you don't show up for court?
Yeah. I was actually going to say I'm going to be out of town for that week of August 19th. Is there any way we could push it for another week or
The court
maybe a
don't
little
care
bit
about
later?
your prior
Because I won't be back
commitments.
until August. I think it's 27th.
So you can contact, you're going to be released today. There's a phone number for
thank you.
Tucson City Court. You can contact them and let them know that you need to change that court date.
Okay.
Okay, so I can't do that today. It's August 19th at 1:30, but you can contact Tucson City Court and they'll be able to help you with that.
Yeah, he did.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, you're all done.
Hey, you know what?
Okay.
For the person making a comment
Yeah,
about me
it's like-
laughing, you're tripping about me laughing when these people are over here beating their partners. Make that make sense. You should be concerned about these people beating their partners up.
Hi, tell
Is
me
this
your
Carrot
name.
Top?
Peter, Damien, Keith.
Mr. Keith, you are here on charges of selling a narcotic drug. So that's a possession for sale charge. There are 3 counts. Those are class 2 felonies. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You do have the right to an attorney. We're going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you in this case.
It's kind of like a
It looks like you
between
have
The
a matter
Ring
pending out of Pinal County Superior
and Carrot
Court.
Top.
We're here to talk
Look at
about
that.
your conditions of release,
They
Mr.
collided
Keith, and I've
worlds.
had an opportunity to review information provided by
Is that a
pretrial
dude?
services, which tells me a little bit about you and also the circumstances of the offense. It looks like the state is going to
Zombie.
ask that you be held without bond at this time, and we'll schedule a hearing based on the fact that you do have that felony case
Sideshow
pending in
Bob.
Pinal County, and we're on release when these offenses occurred. Mr. Poston, is that correct?
It is.
It is, Your Honor.
So, sir, at this time, I have no choice when the state asks for that no bond hold to hold you without bond on this matter at this time and set a hearing for you. That hearing will be July
Shocked
22nd
Vader.
at 2:30. Someone from the legal defender's office should be in contact with you before that date. That'll be a hearing to determine whether or not you will continue to be held without
Carrot
bond or
Top
if a
and The
bond is
Ring.
going to be
Had a
set.
baby.
You understand those conditions at this time?
Yeah, I do.
And then we're also going to set a preliminary hearing date for you. That's going to be on July 28th at 1:30 for these charges. That hearing may or may not take place, but you're responsible for showing up at all future court dates. And if you fail to appear, they could issue a warrant for your arrest.
Thank you.
If
No
you do
longer
end
lost.
up out of custody, it will be important for you to stay in contact with your attorney so you don't miss your court dates. Do you understand that, Mr. Keith?
Yes, I do.
Well done for today.
Okay, thank you.
Damn, it's been like nonstop. I wonder what's coming up next. You know what? At this point, they can't surprise me anymore. It's like who's gonna walk up through these doors next? What hairdo are we gonna be? Who is it gonna be? The hair there. Jerome. Damn, the hair just keeps getting worse. All right, so it's 9:48. I think Polk County. I think the criminal court cases start at 10. So hopefully, it'll be starting up, and they allow me into that one because this one's a little bit harder. This one they have to let you in before you get attend. So what in the hair is going on? Writes Brittany. James is Ozzy Osbourne. Let me see. Do you know if there's one for Texas we can watch? Yeah, there's Judge Boyd. There's Judge. There's a few judges out of Texas. No, this is not Polk County. This is Pima. Polk County hopefully starts in 12 minutes. So if it does start up, then we'll go ahead and switch it on over to Polk County at 10. Ronald McDonald.
Hi, ma'am. Tell me your name.
Jasmine Monk.
Ms. Monk, you were here today on a charge of criminal damage and disorderly conduct. They are domestic violence offenses.
Another
And
one.
you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. This is the time for your initial appearance where we set conditions of release. I have had an opportunity to review information provided by pretrial services on this case. Tells me a little bit about you and also the circumstances of the offense. If I release you on this case, Ms. Monk, will you promise to appear at a court date that I give you in the future?
Florida is wild.
Yes.
You're also not going to be allowed to have any contact with Mr. Tranny.
What?
You're not going to be allowed to return to the incident
No way.
location, which I understand is his residence. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you need to return there to collect any of your belongings?
Yes.
All right.
Can you
So
spell that
I
name,
am
Your
going
Honor?
to release you on your promise to appear today, Ms. Monk. Your conditions of release are that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. You can't have any contact with Mr. Tranny. Don't go anywhere near where he's living or working or to the incident location. However, I have checked a box on your form that allows you return to that location one time to collect your belongings with law enforcement. So when you get
Okay.
released today, you're going to get a copy of your conditions. You need to take that to a nearby substation, police department, or call 911 and let them know that you need to return to this address to collect your
911?
belongings.
I think that's a
Please don't
misuse
go
of
sit
services.
outside the address and wait for law enforcement. Go to a nearby convenience store or something like that and meet them, and they will go with you to the residence so that you can collect your things. I saw Mr. Tranny earlier, and he's aware that that's going to be the court's order as well, but the two of you should not be having any contact. Do you understand all those conditions?
I think she just keeps saying that name on purpose.
Yes.
Your
Hey, what
next
up,
court
Tex
date is going to
Wood?
be
Tech-
August
TX
19th
Woody.
at 1:30. That's going to be in front of Judge Millian at Tucson City Court. That date and time and also the city court address will be on the same conditions of release form I just talked with you about. This is also the time for your arraignment. You are presumed innocent. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on your behalf. If you fail to appear for that hearing on August 19th, the court could issue a warrant for your arrest. They could also go forward in your absence with that hearing and set future hearings, including a trial. If you get convicted at that trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. Do you understand all of those consequences if you don't show up for court?
Yes.
You're all done for today, Ms. Holmes.
So somebody asked me how
You're
I
all
get
done,
into
ma'am.
the Polk County. I get into
Yeah.
Polk County through a Microsoft Teams meetings. So this is the meeting right here, but they haven't allowed me go in yet. So once they allow me to go in, if they allow me to go in, then we'll go and watch Pima County. But like I said, normally it starts at about 10 or so. If this court ends and Polk doesn't start, we'll jump on over to Florida. We'll jump over to Miami-Dade. Judge Glazer, she's still going on right now. And for those of you that don't know who Judge Glazer is, she's the one that went viral a few years ago when she ran into her old high school classmate.
Hi, tell me your name.
Veronica Tejas.
Okay, you were here on a couple different matters today. We have a assault charge out of Pima County Justice Court that we're going to talk about, and then it looks like you also have a warrant out of New Mexico that we're going to discuss as well.
Pima's not on a Microsoft team meeting. It's a direct link.
On that misdemeanor assault, it is a domestic violence offense.
Damn,
You
everybody's
do have the
catching
right to remain
DVs.
silent on all of these matters. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I've had a chance to review information provided by pretrial services. They prepare a report for me telling me a little bit about this offense
I
as
can't say
well
what.
as a little bit about you. Looks like the victim in this case is your boyfriend, Mr. Prado. He is indicating that
He loves her.
he is not sure if he's going to remain at the residence, but he's okay having contact with you. We're going to talk about your probation violation warrant in a minute, but if you get released on this
Right,
case,
Jero?
you are not going to be allowed to commit any acts of domestic violence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So on this case, ma'am, I am going to impose a bond of $250 cash. The probation violation warrant out of Deming does indicate that it is a probation violation, and they are asking that you be held without bond. So on that matter, I am going to hold you without bond, which means I'm going to set a bond in this case as well, so you can
That's
get
right,
this
the one
matter
and only
taken
Big
care of
J.
sooner rather than later. I'm going to appoint Caitlin Waters to represent you on this justice court matter, and she should be
Biggie,
out
thank you
to
for that daily
see
heart.
you, or we'll see you for your hearing tomorrow, July 18th at 1 o'clock. The jail will make sure that you appear via video for that hearing. Do you understand those conditions on that case, ma'am?
Yeah.
Right. And then again, the warrant out of New Mexico does have a no bond hold. So I do have to do that at this time. So you're going to be held without bond, and we're going to set a hearing for you on July 22nd
Maybe you
at
could watch him here.
2:30
Or
in
sorry,
Superior Court. I'm going to appoint the
B.
Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. So you'll have an attorney from that office that will talk with you about
Midnight,
what
right?
to expect at that hearing. At that hearing, you should have more information about what's going on with that warrant and the extradition for that.
They run daily at 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. daily, every day.
Any questions that you have for me today?
Even on holidays.
All right, you're all done,
Saturdays,
Ms.
Sundays,
Tejas.
every single day, 365 days a year. If you will. And for those of you that don't know, yeah, even holidays. Arizona, they do court every single day of the week, 365 days a year. What's going on back there? What's all the yelling about? If you will, 100% right, Biggie. And I'm not exaggerating. Court every single day of the week. Even though for 4th of July they ran it kind of different, I think they skipped a few, but they still held them. A few of them at least. Next haircut contestant, even on Sundays, even on the Lord's Day. London A, thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate that. Be like London, hit that follow button. It's free 99. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Free 99. That's my favorite price. I love free stuff. Sign me up. Hey, Nicole, thank you for that daily heart. Hey, Leslie, thank you for that follow. Highly appreciate you. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Hit that follow. Try your luck. That's right. Well, that's right, Pito.
Hi, sir. Tell me your name.
Gracias.
Gary Edward Cox.
Mr. Cox, you're here on a few different matters today. The first one that we're going to talk about is felony charges involving possession of dangerous drugs and drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You do have the right to an attorney in this matter. We're going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and you do have counsel seated with you for purposes of the hearing here today. Does look like you have a couple of warrants out of justice court involving false reporting and shoplifting. Those were from back in 2023. I reviewed some information provided by pretrial services. Tells me a little bit about you and the circumstances of the offense. Because of the nature of these offenses, Mr. Cox, you may be eligible to participate in what we call the STEPS program. It is a pre-indictment diversion program where if you participate in substance abuse treatment and successfully graduate from that program, then the state would not go forward with these felony charges against you. Is that something that you're interested in seeing if you're eligible for?
Yes, it is.
All right. Mr. Poston, I do see that the state is requesting a $2,500 bond. Given
Crystal,
the
thank you for
age
the
of the
follow.
warrant for the justice court cases, I am inclined to release him to pretrial. Did you want to be heard further?
No, Your Honor.
Jabari, thank you for the follow.
Did you need to be heard, Ms. Palacios?
No, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Cox, I'm going to release you today to
The
pretrial
character for the
services
Scrooge.
on this felony case. You do have to stay in contact with them. I'm going to give you a court
Daniel, thank
date
you for the
next
follow.
week, July 24th at 9 a.m. That's going to take place in Pima County Superior Court. You have to show up to that court date to see if you're eligible to participate in the STEPS program.
This was gonna go
If
chase
you
the
are,
dragon.
right there in the courtroom, you'll meet with your attorney, you'll review the contract. Pretrial services will be present, and there will also be substance abuse treatment providers from our community there in the courtroom to get you connected to services. Do you have a place to live between now and then?
Yes, I do.
All right. If you don't show up at that court date, then the state will just go forward with these charges. All right. So it's really important that you show up. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. Are we willing to waive time for the preliminary hearing, Ms. Palacios?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Cox, the state would normally have 20 days to indict you on these felony charges. But since we're going to wait and see if you're eligible to participate in STEPS and give you that time, we're going to extend that date out to September 2nd at 1:30. That's going to be your preliminary hearing date. If for some reason you don't show up for that hearing next week, then the state could go forward with those charges, and that would be your next court date. If you fail to appear for that court date, they could issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand the conditions of release that I've imposed for you today?
Yes, I do.
If you do post, as I've indicated, you're going to be released to pretrial. You do have to participate in any monitoring or treatment they direct. You can't have any alcohol or illegal drugs as part of your conditions, and you can't have any firearms. Understand all of that?
Yes, I do.
And do you understand the consequences that a warrant can be issued for your arrest if you don't show up to court?
Yes, I do.
You're all done for today, Mr. Cox.
Hey, we're in Polk County.
Oh,
Hell
hang on,
yeah.
Mr. Cox. Sorry, we need to talk about your justice court
Hey,
case.
we're swapping over.
Sorry.
We're swapping over.
Oh,
Your justice court cases, I am going to release you on. And on those, your next court date is going to be July
face to
28th.
face.
So since you're going
You
to
know
be
what?
out of
I'm gonna
custody,
call back.
you're going to
I'm
have to
sorry.
go
I've
to
gotta do
justice
this.
court so that you can
All
get
right,
those
so
matters
sorry.
taken
I'll
care
call you
of.
back.
It'll be the same court date for both days.
All right,
You
we're in
understand?
Polk. We're about to be
Yes, I
in
do.
Polk County.
Hang on a second. Did you have something for Cox? Okay.
Get ready. Hey,
All right. You're
Polk
all done
County
now.
is gonna be off
Your Honor,
the
what time
chain.
is that hearing on the 28th?
8:30.
Thank you.
And when you get released, Mr. Cox, you're going to get paperwork that'll have the information for your 2 justice court cases as well. It'll have the case number and the date and time that you need to appear at justice court. All right. Don't miss that court date so they don't keep issuing warrants for you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're all done.
All right, let's close this down here, and we're gonna go over to Polk County. Here we go, Polk County. Let me see. Let me get it up on the screen here. Just give me one momento here. Let me see here. Let me see window capture. Switch it on over. And I gotta turn on the audio right now. Let me see. Teams. Okay. Let's go turn on the audio. Make sure I don't